366. I have never put out this many videos in my entire life, but I am committed to this process and my own personal journey and learning. And to date, I have 5 lessons to learn from these 500 from these videos. Anyways, I'm not going to go into my learning today. I thought I would talk about for video 100 the causation of avoidance. So a lot of people like to procrastinate. And it's not that they like to procrastinate, it's that they don't know what that procrastination means or even how to change it, because oftentimes those habits become part of their way of being, and then that becomes part of their identity, and then the problem gets magnified. So one thing that I will say for anybody who's going to be working with a healer or somebody who does energy work like I do, um, for me, it's really important. Causation is the same as going to the root cause. So whenever I'm working with teams and dysfunction or families or couples, you always want to know what's at the root, because so many people are addressing the technical, the surface issues, that they don't ever get to the root. And if you can get to the root, then you can change the surface automatically. So I know some of you are going to ask, what is that statue? And that statue is Ganesh. So it's kind of creeping in the background of this video. Ganesh is the remover of all obstacles. Anyway, so the core issue or root cause, and that's what you want to get to with avoidance, is what is causing it. And at the root of all avoidance, whether it's personal or professional, it does not matter. The avoidance core root issue will always be the same: a lack of, are you ready? Love and compassion for the self. So if you notice that you're in avoidance of 1, 2, 3, 10 things, that is going to tell you the magnitude of self-love that is needed within yourself to address that thing and those things that you're avoiding. Because oftentimes when people are avoiding, they don't comprehend the consequences that come from that lack of action. You know, here on in this world that we live in this reality that we all are operating in, it works on actions, and therefore lack of action, they all have consequence, not all equal. The lack of action is also equal to the lack of willingness and openness to learn. Now, I know some people are more strategic than others, and they like to wait for the perfect time and this and that. And my philosophy and my approach is quite different than anybody else I've ever met. That doesn't mean it's better, it's just different. You know, even when I was in graduate school, I had a cohort, and this girl would take forever to make decisions. I mean, forever. And eventually she might get to a place where she would make a decision, but I mean, her pace was way too slow for me. So, as collaborators, we could not work together very well. And because our styles were very different. She liked slow and methodical, and she liked structures and hierarchicals, and she liked people telling her what to do. And that is just not my style. I'm much more entrepreneurial, creative, and experimenter. And when you are those different styles, you have to look at how you're approaching it. So for me, in relationship to her, my style would just cause her too much stress, because she wasn't, as what I would say, she wasn't in a place of a lot of self-love to where she was willing to take risks. For me, I love to learn, and, you know, I don't equate taking risks with not being worthy. I know I'm worthy, and I acted like I was worthy, even when I didn't um, make as much money as, let's just say, my counterparts. So, what I would say is that when you are in avoidance, you can equal the lack of avoid or the most, you can equal avoidance with a delineation of lack of self love and compassion. And that is even at play with dysfunctional teams and leadership. So it's at play everywhere. Worthiness, lack of love and compassion. Those are different words, same express, not the same exact expressions, but very similar frequency links, if you will, from an energetic perspective. So the way out is always going to be in. So what I would suggest is make a list of all the things that you're avoiding. Just make a list so you have clarity, because a lot of people think in their heads, and then they get in these do loops that spiral them down in a lack of energy, and that does not get you into the physical world as far as movement. So even just taking pen to paper, old school pen to paper, write down, I am avoiding this person, this conversation, this situation. I am avoiding this store. I am avoiding these types of situations. Like, what is it that you're avoiding? I am avoiding confrontation. Okay, write that down. Write down all the things that you are in avoidance of. Get clear on what it is that you're avoiding. And there might be a situation, but within the situation, there might be multiple things that you're avoiding within that. Get clear on what you're avoiding first. And then ask yourself this one very important question. Okay. This one very important question that you ask yourself. Am I willing to honor myself with clarity and action? Am I willing to honor myself with clarity and action? That's the question. It's either yes or no question. And you already have everything written down. So now that you have all the clarity there, now are you willing to honor yourself with this situation and action? And that's either a yes or no. So then go through your list and say yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And the ones that you have yes by, that you're willing to do that by, those are the ones that you move out on first. Immediately take action, whether it's an email, a text message, a phone call. Take action on those things immediately, and then let me know how it goes. I am Kiana Sage, and I guide people to peace. I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you're finding these videos helpful. If so, please comment, share, let me know. Shoot me an email, send me a message, leave a comment, something to let me know I'm not in this all by myself. Cheers. Bye.